Hi, this is another video over functional exercises. A couple of these I've covered in some of the other videos, but these five right here, if you potentially did these daily, I think it would really help out with the body quite a bit. These exercises, I mean, you could do them at any age. Probably these would be better served for 50 plus, but if you're younger and you're having some physical health issues, with your body, possibly these may help you as well. I would recommend anybody try them. If you're watching this and you're 35 and they're all easy for you, great. But maybe you know somebody that could benefit from it. Share the video. Anyway, so we're going to go. I've made several videos over chair squats, and so these are five different exercises over different parts of the body. But the chair exercises are really great for our core and our legs, our hip flexors, to help us to move the leg forward. So with this, you could do these from a stable chair, maybe a chair like this, or a dining room table chair, or anything that could give you a nice flat base. You see, I'm actually kind of sitting on the edge of it. So I'm not going to go real deep into this chair squats because there's already a couple of videos that I have over them. So we've got two different ways that we can do these. So if you're new to the exercise and you're trying to strengthen this, you can start first by just putting your hands on the chair. I will say I really like to reiterate certain things, especially about the knees. We don't want to push into the knees. I don't want to do like this when I do this exercise. Okay, I want to try to use this portion of my body. So we'll say in the beginning, maybe you're not strong enough to raise yourself up. You can use your hands to push to help you to stand up. And when you stand up, try not to look up. If anything, try to push the chin slightly down. Okay. So I'm just going to do a couple of each. So, but from here, like I said, I rise up and kind of tuck my chin a little so that I keep my head straight. I'm working on my posture. I can also do these by just leaving the hands hanging, which I feel is one of the better ones. And again, I'm going to try to just stand up straight, and I'm not going to try to drive into my knees. So I really have to use my core and my upper part of my legs. Okay, just letting the hands hang in the same way as I go down. And be sure whatever chair that you're trying to use that it won't slip off among you. This isn't the best, it's a linoleum tile or whatever. You could, like I say, if I sit down real fast, you can maybe slide on you, right? Maybe somewhere where it's carpeted or a more stable chair. But so again, the arms hanging, and then look, we're going to increase it a little bit by crossing our arms across our chest. And again, as I stand up, I'm going to try to tuck the chin slightly down, so I'm looking straight ahead, and I'm raising the crown of my head. And back down. And try not to do them so that you can use the momentum of the last movement to help you with the next one. Right? Just go ahead and do the action. Let your body come to a complete rest. And you can also do it this way. You can either hold your palms out or your fist like this. And the same thing, I'm going to stand up and I try to tuck my chin down, raise the crown of my head, and back. 2 or 3 things I don't want to do when I'm trying to do this exercise. So I'll maximize the use of the muscles. I don't want to swing my arms out. I don't want to push the hands into my legs. Those are 2 ways that we'll say, use to kind of give ourselves a little extra momentum to get ourselves up. So if I do it from this side, just a real quick rundown again. If I start out and, if you start with this exercise, it's only 5 exercises. You can do each one. Maybe you do it 2 times today, that exercise. And then a few days later, you can do 5 or 10, but do a set. And if you can try to do this every day, it'll really help to kind of loosen the body up a little bit and help to get a little strength back into your body. So again, I need to start with my hands and drive myself up. And again, I tuck my chin, raise my crown, All right, if I need to just drop back into it, again, push up and down. Okay? Now, arms hanging at my side, arms crossed, palms out. Okay? So the next exercise is really like two pieces. You could use a chair like this, or your kitchen countertop, or maybe you've got a railing around your back patio. Or if you watch some of my other videos about exercises, using the door frame. And so I'm going to do it with a chair, but then I'm going to do it with a door frame. So we're going to come here, and you can either leave your feet like shoulder width apart, or you can put them closer together, like this. So I'm going to come up on my toes, and I'm going to try to flex my calf and my buttocks back down. This. And then the opposite side of it is I'm going to pull the toes back. This way. So again, like I said, something like this, it could slip and not be that great, if it was a carpeted floor or maybe the chair was more stable. But I don't want anybody to hurt themselves when they're practicing the exercise. But if I come here to the door frame, and I'll reiterate with the squats, right? Again, same thing. I'm just using the door frame to support, and I can do my squats, see? But I'm not trying to pull myself up with the door frame, but I'm just using this to stabilize me. I can do it this way too, right? But back to the toe and heels. So I'm here, and I come up on my heels, I drop back, I roll up on the toes. And again, if you can do only 3 of the squats and 10 of these, that's great. No big deal. The third exercise, lifting the foot. Again, I can use a chair, my countertop in my kitchen, whatever, a railing in the house, but door frames are great. And so with this, I'm going to do it with a chair, and then I'll do it there. So we're trying to work on our stability, our balance, right? So I'm going to kind of put my feet in the middle, instead of having my feet kind of spread out, so that when I raise my leg, I'm kind of like this, right? And I try to stabilize myself. So look, I'm going to raise the foot. And even if I want to raise it to here, that's fine, or here, right? But I want to try to get it off the ground. And I'm using the chair just to give me a little support, but make it count. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What have you. If you can do this for 20 or 30 seconds, that's wonderful. The same thing with the door frame. I raise, and I'm going to hold it. Right? 10 seconds, 5 seconds, 30 seconds. 30 seconds would be like optimal. Right? Now, I can do the same thing without any support. Cross my hands over my body, lift the foot. And then I would try to do that same kind of count, right? Here like that. Try not to squeeze your legs together. Like, do like this and squeeze it. It'll give you more support. That's great, but we don't want to do that. We want to really try to maximize it, right? So I'm going to kind of have this, a little bit of a gap there. I don't want to push into it to help me to stand up. Okay? Again, door frame, right? Same thing. And now, we're going to look at the hip flexors, right? I'm going to do another video over a forward walk like this, where people kind of punch over a little bit when they're walking. I've had numerous people come to me for my Tai Chi classes, and we really need to work on exercises as well as the Tai Chi movements to help to strengthen that so they can get their posture back. That's a different video. But the hip flexors, right, to raise the leg, or to raise the leg, to pull the leg through. So we're going to do the same thing. We can use a chair, or you could use a wall, you could use a countertop in the kitchen, something, anything to help you be support. But the door frame again is one of the best home exercise apparatus, right? So again, I would just want to raise, and I just want to have a little connection. If you feel more unstable, be sure maybe you have somebody around you when you first try to start with these exercises. We don't need anybody to get hurt. But like this, or like I said in some of the other videos, I talked about this already, but raising. And again, if you can do a set of 1 or a set of 3 or 5, I'd shoot for 8 or 10 if you have the physical capacity to do it as a set. You can also do it this way, crossing your hands, raising the leg. This works great too. This is kind of gives me something to aim for, we'll say. There's another exercise that we do in Chong's Taiji as well as in the squat out, the actual throwing part that we do as well. But this way. And this works great to help to loosen up the hips and inside of the legs. I'm going to go ahead and include this one, just because it really is a good movement. So again, I can do this, holding, right? Or I can do it in a door frame. I can be here. Some people can get this, when they do this, when they can bring it way, way up here. It's really great for opening this up. But we really want to work these hip flexors. This does a really good job of that. Again, cross hands. Touching. This exercise again, this way. And I don't have to touch. I can just do it this way. And then, again, in the doorway, here, or here. And then our final exercise, wall push-ups. And again, you can use the door frame, which I kind of like the door frame because too, if your hands are dirty or something like that, or you've got lotions or something, you can kind of get dirty spots on the walls. But we're going to come here and look, when I do these, and I come forward, I'm going to tuck my chin. I'm not going to do it like this so that I'm rounding my neck and my back, but when I do it, so if I'm standing like this, I'm looking straight ahead, I move back, I'm going to keep this line. So I'm tucking the chin to raise the crown of my head. And then from here, in. And look, I recommend in the beginning, especially if you don't feel you're maybe strong enough, keep it, excuse me, keep it small, this way. If you feel like you're stronger or you've kind of developed a little more strength in it, and then try to increase it. And you can do variations. You can do it like, let's say, your hands together in this way. It'll work different parts of the muscles. But I want to make sure, again, I keep the chin down and the crown of my head up. And again, if I do it in a doorway, the door is facing out on this, so I'm going to have to do it this way. But again, I'm here. And also be sure, like something like that, you want to be very careful that you wouldn't want to slide it out from under you. Maybe a doorway in the house where there's carpet. You just want to make sure you have enough friction or grip to keep you there, right? But again, I'm here, and again, I'm tucking my chin and raising the crown of my head. You can also do them this way. But if you notice, I'm really out there. I don't recommend this if you're not used to exercises with the arms, or if you feel like you're slightly weaker in the arms. Be sure that you're still under yourself well enough. This way. Okay. So those 6 exercises. And we'll go through them one more time, real fast. So we've got squats. I'm here, and again, I'm not using the door frame to help me to pull myself up. And look, I'm tucking the chin, I'm raising the head. It's on all of these. Again, if I'm not, I can even still be here, and I can do them this way. I can do them this way. I can do them from a chair. And I recommend starting from a chair. It'll help you to keep better posture. And again, if you're not strong enough yet, and you've been used to doing this kind of stuff, or you've been used to doing this kind of stuff, push off with your hands, but don't drive into the knees to stand up. So here, I push, and pull the chin in, raise the ground. Cross the hands, push the hands out. Okay? Toe and heel, doorway. Heels up, toes up. Heels up, toes up. And when I'm doing this, I'm contracting the muscles in my legs. I'm trying to stimulate them, and this also helps me to get a little better blood flow going. And try your best not to lock the knee when you do this. Don't like stiffen it up, but I can leave it loose. Okay? And then we got lifting the foot. And this is a common exercise that they try to get you to do to kind of assess you to see what your physical capacity is. But again, I can do it from a chair. I can do it from a doorway or something similar. And I raise it, and then I hold it. Remember, like 30 seconds would be optimal. But you could do a couple of sets of 10 of just movement, and then crossing your hands. And you can do this also too with extension, but again, keep the chin tucked. Okay? And then we've got raising the knee to help strengthen our hip flexors, and then we've got rolling the foot in, right? Works the same muscle, but it also helps to open up these hips, right? So again, I can use the chair. Or go away. I can also give myself a point where I want to go to. Then I can do it this way. Or with a chair, like there. Or without. And then folding the leg in with the door. Without. Push-ups on the wall or in the door frame. Again, I can use one side of it, kind of stand at an angle so we've got enough room. And just be sure you tuck the chin and raise the crown. Try not to lock the joints. Do it this way, Again, again, like I said, if there was like and this is kind of made to be sticky so it stays, but this thing is kind of cheap, to move around. Be careful with stuff like that. But like I wouldn't do this with socks on a tile floor. You might have to slip your foot out from under you. On the wall. And whether you do them closed like this or open. And again, you can do 2 or 3, that's all you can do. Or a whole set of 8 or 10 or 2 or 3 sets. But this set of exercises, a little half dozen here, if you did these every day, it would get your blood circulating, kind of invigorate the body a little bit, get the muscles, we'll say, moving. And it also helps with all our joints, right? So good little set of exercises. Hope you liked the video, and please subscribe and check out some of the other stuff that I do. Thank you.